Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in June. I'm very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Hello and welcome to the dceu Extra. Something I forgot to mention is Abu Naz Prime on today's dceu Daily. So here's him doing a rap about Release the Snyder Cut.
Lord and Savior is back in the house. Release the Snyder Cut, that's what it's all about. But these haters out here is losing their shit. They can't understand why we're so legit. Too legit to freaking quit, that's what Hammer said. The horseman is back, feeling full of dread. The rest of you bitches just sitting in your bed. It's not our fault that the truth must be said. You gotta understand for Zack Snyder we ride. We're not tolerating any more of your lies that it didn't exist. And none of it was made. And he damn sure don't deserve all the trade, but it does exist, and it's right in your face. From Collider to Campia, you're all in the space. Even Scott Nicholson got a punk ass erased. The rest of the show media still got a tape of the truth Zack Snyder brought to the human race. Warner Brothers sitting back like, damn, should we wait? Why should you wait? What the hell you waiting for? There's money to be made. Get your backs off the wall. The money we be raising goes to a great cause. Suicide prevention, that's what it's all for. That's the type of thing Zack Snyder adores. He thanks us always for staying in the war to have this completed vision restored, so all of us can see what he was aiming for. The true Justice League film is yet to be seen. That shit that was in 2017. The Flash falling all over Wonder Woman's hips, and Martha saying Lois is a thirsty bitch, and everything in that film that went to shit. At least Warner Brothers executives got rich, and Zack's influence is everywhere, son. That's why Wonder Woman and Aquaman won $1 billion at the box office is fun. Let's get more of this. Hey, slow your brakes, son. You need to get on your knees, confess your sins, and never, ever, ever do that shit there again. Give Zack Snyder the respect he deserves, and give us the movie we know you prefer. The DCEU is filmed for adults. MCU films is for kids who need help. Martin Scorsese said, get daddy felt. That popcorn kitty shit stays on the shelf. Shout out to Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot. Jason Momoa always blowing up the spot. Ray Fisher always rocking non-stop. Ezra Miller always staying on the top. Henry Cavill, now you see the light. So be our Superman and get back in the fight. Even Subway sandwiches is looking so tight. Feeding 10,000 families at night.
Well, yes, so that was brilliant. That's from Gentleman Abu Naz Prime. Go and follow him on Twitter if you want. I haven't followed him yet, but I will do later. Very busy day today. But that's a great rap. I don't believe that the DCEU is just a place for serious dark movies, by the way. I don't agree with that. I think we can have different types of films. And I was just talking about Birds of Prey, very controversial comments by Margot Robbie, and saying it's about the patriarchy, in other words, men. So we've already discussed that. But that's a brilliant rap. And again, what was his name? Gentleman Abu Naz Prime. So yeah, a shout out to him. It's a great rap, and I really enjoyed rapping out to that as well. But mainly I've done this video to react to episode 2 of the Harley Quinn animated series. Now this second episode, has really big undertones against the patriarchy, us men. So you've got Kite Man, right, who keeps on making advances to Poison Ivy. And so what happens is by accident she poisons these young boys at this kids party, and so they have to go home to get it, and then all of a sudden he's in the bed naked, trying it on with her. Basically, this is a statement. There's a constant putting down of men in this episode. Now, in the first and second episode, Ivy has got this pet plant, who's a guy, of course, and she keeps on telling him to shut up. There's a reason for that. She's telling him to shut up because he's a male. So this series has got serious kind of male hate undertones, but this episode really, really took it to another level. Of course, the toxic masculinity thing is there with the Joker. Look, it's a very entertaining animated series. It's pretty much a sitcom, but it's a sitcom against the patriarchy. It's very sweary. Personally, there's no need for the swearing. It's just there to say, aren't we edgy? It's kind of be this edgy animated series. As I say, I like it. I'll be back for more. But it's really like my conversation I had earlier about Margot Robbie talking about it's really compelling to have a comic book movie that's not just about comic books, but is actually a commentary on the patriarchy. There you go. This is the direction we're in now. But the thing is, and as I've said many times, as I said earlier today on the dceu Daily, who follows Harley Quinn the most, men or women? Now, on one hand, you could say, well, she knows. She's got more male fans than female fans, and she wants to teach us to be better towards women. Now, some of us should be better towards women, but how far are we going to go here? Are we going to say that I can't have a fantasy in my bed at night and do what most of us men do without the woman in question knowing, right? Looking at her image, you know what I'm talking about, right? Are we not meant to do that anymore? When a beautiful woman walks behind us and she can't see what's going on anymore, do we not look behind to check her rear end out anymore? Is that toxic? Is that toxic masculinity as well? How far does this go? Are we not supposed to be men anymore? Are we supposed? And I'm talking about, I am talking about straight men here, but let's open this up a bit. Because apparently straight males are toxic, but we don't talk about other genders, other sexual preferences. You don't think that someone who likes the same sex, a lesbian or a gay man, when someone walks past, doesn't look back and say, oh yeah, check out that ass. Of course they do. But for some reason, they're targeting us. They're targeting us because in the history of humanity, women have been treated very badly by men. I concede that. Other generations, not mine, not yours, but it's like angry people. When people are angry, they take it out on the wrong people, and they're taking it out on our generation. So you're seeing it now through books, magazines, comics even. Look at what's going on at Marvel Comics. It's a disaster. I'm not talking about the films, I'm actually talking about the comics. And we've seen it with films and TV shows. They're going after straight men. But when you dare to talk about other sexual preferences and females, I'm just saying they're just as bad as us. But that's not being focused on. But you know what? None of us are bad. We are just human beings. Now, sexual harassment is wrong and it shouldn't be allowed. And unless you've got a screw loose, you know you shouldn't be harassing or forcing yourself on a woman or a man or anyone else. But males and females both do it. Basically, members of the LGBTQ community do it as well. But we mustn't talk about that. They're good people. There's not one person who's ever made a mistake in the LGBTQ community. Just the straight community. Just the male community. Not the females and members of the LGBTQ community are perfect, right? At the end of the day, we are supposed to be living in an era of tolerance. But there's no tolerance, not for men. Not in the entertainment industry. And, in this episode of this cartoon, this animated series, they purposely went right for men, right for toss. If you're a man, and basically, like most female-led stuff these days, she only beats up men. Of course, she breaks, those security guards, she breaks a knee, she breaks an elbow, and you think, Jesus Christ, is this supposed to be funny? I know this is Harley Quinn. I know she's extremely violent. But are we ever going to see her hurt a female? Of course not. And then the Joker goes, I hate these female relationships, these friendships. It's basic. The undertone's it's not even an undertone. It's there. It's blatant. And as you know, I did my reaction to last week's and I said, wow, this is awesome. But this isn't awesome. This is very uncomfortable. And as I always say, and what I said on today's dceu Daily, Margot Robbie and all these people in the entertainment industry today talk about this is really compelling to have commentary against the patriarchy. In other words, us, right? But it's not compelling when we have Joaquin Phoenix is the Joker talking about male mental health. No, because we must never have straight males as the victim, because we are Darth Vader, we are evil, but women and members of the LGBTQ community and people of colour and other ethnicities are all innocent. It's just us. We are the scum. And this is what the entertainment industry are doing. They don't want to tackle homelessness. They don't want to talk about sexual abuse and child poverty. That's not compelling enough for Margot Robbie and these people in the entertainment industry. So this is where we are. Of course, I'm saddened by this. But again, I'm not going to switch off. They're not going to drive me away from watching this stuff. I just have to comment on it when I see it. So what did you think of episode 2 of the Harley Quinn animated series? Will you be back for more? Guys, are you triggered about this? Girls, what do you think about it? I'll be back for episode 3 because basically, at its heart, it's really good. But it's a shame they're targeting us boys again. Isn't it, lads?